What is going on, friends and family? Welcome to a Q&A. I used to do these all the time, or at least some of the time, and now I do them none of the time, and I want to start doing them most of the time. So we're going to build a routine where we do one every so often, or at least some sort of like, hey, it's me and you time, let's get to know each other every week type things. We'll start with a Q&A late night on Friday. Sorry it's late, I just got back from the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2, which I'm also very late to, and to make it third time's a charm, me and Noah were late to the movie tonight. But we saw it, missed a few minutes, it was good. I'm sad. I get sad anytime any series or franchise ends, even if I don't love the franchise or love the series. I'm like, it's over. That world has been crushed and smushed and chopped into tiny little pieces and then blown strewn across the globe, never to be found again. And that's the part that I get sad about. I'm like, why isn't our world cool like that? Even though it was kind of chaotic and crazy. And usually they're not very nice. But it would be cool to be a magical hero in a magical world. And speaking of magic, before I get to your questions, I picked up a little magic of my own that I want to share with you because I love them. I got these at Disneyland at the Wonderground Gallery, which is my favorite store at either of the Disney parks on either of the coasts. You go to downtown Disney and Disneyland, in between California Adventure, Disneyland, and the parking structure, and you find a shop called the Wonderground Gallery where they have unusual Disney art, and it's more stylish, modern, and fun than like typical cells you'll see of like Bambi or Lion King. Those are cool, but this is cooler. The first one I'm going to show you is my pride and joy, possibly my favorite piece of art ever. It is called Wonderful Feeling, Wonderful Day, and it is a Splash Mountain canvas based on my favorite theme park ride in the world, and it's from the artist Christopher Lee. He's known as The Beast Is Back on Instagram. I followed him for a while on Instagram. I was like, dang, this guy does good stuff. As soon as I saw that he was making Splash Mountain art for Disney, official, I was like, please give it to me. And this thing was hard to track down. They didn't sell it online. They didn't sell it on the park's app. They had to be there in person. I even called on the phone, and Debbie from the art department at Walt Disneyland did not return my call for over 3 weeks. So I trekked there myself, and I love this piece. It shows all the Brer characters from the ride and the story, as well as guests riding a boat in the legendary log flume attraction. I love that ride because it tells a story and it has a drop that doesn't make me sick or scared. The next piece of art I got, and the other piece of art, is actually heavier than that, even though it's much smaller. This one is by Matt Hawkins, and he signed it twice, which I don't understand. It is called Oswald the Lucky Rabbit Doodle, which isn't a very cool name, but by golly is it a cool piece of art. It's like a bunch of cartoon Oswalds, who was the original character before Mickey Mouse, Disney, one of his first creations, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. And he's doing a bunch of crazy things. There's like words. It's just very clever, very fun, very cutesy. His girlfriend's down here. He's like a pixel block here. He's screaming here. And I really love it. It was the last one in stock at all. There's only 95 of both of these in the world. That one is number 3, the Splash Mountain. This one is number 43. I said I'd like number 13. That's my favorite number. They didn't have that, so they just got me ones with 3s. But it's super cool to have like official Disney art. You got the certificates on the back. A little bit about the artist and the piece itself. Very cool. But that is just the intro. Now to the questions. Normally I'll throw them up on screen, make it look all pretty, but tonight I'm tired and I'm running late, so we're just gonna get straight into it. Daniel on Twitter. That's where all the questions are, because I ask on Twitter. Follow me there on Twitter, because then you can ask questions on Twitter and I'll answer not on Twitter in a video. Daniel says, what would you be expecting in the next Star Wars movie? Would you think Kylo will stay on the dark side? I'm expecting a great show. I think that 7 was a nice setup, but I think 8 will be the crown jewel of the series, I hope. You don't have to worry about disappointing people at the ending. You don't have to worry about disappointing people at the beginning. You just get to throw stuff in there and make it spark. And that's what I'm hoping they do. I hope it's exciting. I hope it's engaging. I hope it introduces new characters and builds on the ones we've already met. I hope there is little fan service. I don't want lots of Leia and Luke dramatic scenes. Give us Luke, train Rey, take her to lead the Jedi, or have Luke come back and lead the Jedi, and don't make Kylo go good yet. I think it will be far more powerful if he ends up turning good, that he stays evil and it gets real evil in this one. I want more info on Snoke, what the overall dark side plan is, and how they're going to sort of pit the two sides against each other and what the stakes are going to be. Because right now it's just like, hey, the First Order stinks, their planet was blown up, and Luke is a grumpy man on a mountain. So we gotta have that all fleshed out. And I hope that there is a lot of good character development for Rey and Finn, and not so much for Leia, or even Luke. And I hope there's a Yoda equivalent. Give us some alien that we really like. Maz Kanata, I'm not the biggest fan. So I think they're gonna have to do some work there. Josh asks on Twitter, what are your most anticipated movies of the year? I'm looking forward to Deadpool and Suicide Squad, to Maiden Name, whoa, tongue, la la la, Joshua. Tripping me up, man. Movies I'm most looking forward to. I'm excited for Suicide Squad after that last trailer. I think Batman vs. Superman and Suicide Squad both look great. So I'm excited for those. I'm excited to see if Zootopia turns out good. I'd love to see Disney have a great movie. I hope Finding Dory is fun. I'm trying to think of other things that are coming out this year. No. I mean, Rogue One I'll go see because it's Star Wars, but I really wish it was Episode 8. Now Episode 8's been pushed back to December of next year, so it's like a full 2 years away. Blah! And Avatar 2 got delayed out of 2017. Blah! Other stuff I'm excited for this year, I don't really know. I'm kind of one of those people that, like, when the movie gets close and the trailers get good, and then I'm like, thumbs up. I really liked seeing Concussion. That's a movie I was looking forward to this year. Even though it came out last year, I saw it this year. Anything else? I'm trying to think. I'm excited to see Suicide Squad, Batman vs. Superman, Zootopia. I'm sure there'll be plenty more that I don't know about. I saw a trailer for Eddie the Eagle. I think that looks interesting. The new Harry Potter, I'm sure Becca, my girlfriend, will want to see that, so that'll be fun. I don't know. You have any suggestions? What are good movies that are coming out later this year? Not called Civil War, because I will see that, but I'm not that excited. Let's see. Fizzed Gamer says, what was the motivation that kept you making videos at such a small audience in the beginning on YouTube? And there was a lot of questions about YouTube. I always get questions about YouTube, and they're hard to answer. You know, there's an old saying that goes, can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? And my answer is no, I can't. I don't know where it is. And that kind of is how I would answer all these questions. I don't know the secret formula to YouTube. I don't know exactly why it worked for me, because what worked for me may not work for you. What worked for PewDiePie may not work for me. What worked for Zoella may not work for you, vice versa. You may do something that we didn't do and it may be amazing. You may do something that we did do and it may make you even bigger. You may do something that we did do and you won't go anywhere. So it's really hard. There's no set path or answer or formula. But to get more granular, what is the motivation that kept me making videos? One, I had fun doing it. Two, I had a goal and a dream and a passion, to a determination and a drive to be on the top. I'm very competitive and I wanted to be number one. I still want to be number one. I still want to be bigger than PewDiePie. That's my, you know, like my goal with this and why I keep going. I feel like if you don't have a desire to continue to grow, then you won't put in the necessary effort to grow. So sure, it can be fun, sure it can be a hobby, but you really need to make that commitment if your goal is to move on up and stand strong in that goal. And that means even if you don't get a lot of views, you have to keep at it. But if over a long period of time you're not getting views, you may have to change things up. You may have to modify what you're doing. You may have to do some videos that you're not the biggest fan of, or that a style that feels uncomfortable for you, to find a way to garner the audience that you desire. And sometimes there is a schism. You may not be able to make the videos you want and have a big audience like you want. You may have to do something you're not the biggest fan of that gets to the audience, and maybe you can convert that audience into something you like more. For example, I really love vlogging, but it wasn't something I was going to start out doing. And now I have the opportunity to do more vlogs, and so you'll see. But like, that's an example. Another thing is to have faith in what you're doing in yourself. I didn't make any money on this. I didn't get hardly any views for 6 months, and that's a long time. So you can't judge it on a week or 10 videos or a month, but like, take a 6 to 12 month chunk to give yourself a chance to really grow. If it doesn't work after that, then maybe you're doing something wrong. Maybe YouTube isn't for you. Maybe you're not for YouTube, because that could be as well. You may be a great speaker, you may be a great entertainer, but maybe the audience just doesn't like how you do it or like what you like, and that's totally fine. It doesn't mean you're bad or you suck. There's plenty of great people and plenty of great entertainers and plenty of great video makers that aren't successful on YouTube. And there's plenty of bad people and bad video makers and bad entertainers that are very successful on YouTube. So don't let success define your worth, but give success a chance over an extended period of time. I hope that helps. Big King Ivan says, what are your must-have games for 2016? Well, Big King, I'm making a video of my top 10 most anticipated games of 2016. The list is on my phone, and I'll be sharing that with you guys very, very soon. Anthony says, would you consider doing a lot of random fun Steam games, ones maybe even not many know about yet in 2016? Yes, I've been playing some already. I really want to get more into the indie stuff and the smaller games and sort of teach you guys about games you may not know about, or share games with you that I think are fun that you may never have heard of, and I'll be doing that soon. I've been playing some really cool ones, and I want to share them with you. And it's a great way to inject fun back into it. Sometimes when you play Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty and this and that every single year, all the time, you get in a rut. And I think that the excitingness comes from the new IP and the fun small games. So like right now, I'm super hyped for The Witness. Cannot wait to explore Jonathan Blow's world. Even if he is a crazy person, the game is going to be awesome. It's just freaking, it will be. It'll be fantastic and hard and brilliant and beautiful, and I can't wait. I'm also very excited for Garden Warfare 2, which is a sequel, but it has a lot of fun and zest to it. I'm very excited for XCOM 2, which is a sequel, but I didn't play much of the first ones, and I don't really dip into that genre that often, so I'm really excited for it. And I've also been playing a lot more of the Steam stuff. I played a game this weekend called Slime Rancher. I played a game this weekend called Crashlands. I played a game this weekend called Tharsis. I played a game this weekend called... one more. Anyhow, I'll be bringing some of those to a channel near you. Next question comes from Josh again. Josh, you're back. Hopefully don't trip me up like the last one. How many games have you bought digitally this year, and do you think they'll be all digital by the end of the year? You know what, Josh? I used to think digital was great. And then I read something on NeoGAF where someone said they buy the physical copy so it can sit on their shelf. And I looked at my beautiful shelf, which has been added to in recent times. So the PS4 and Xbox One shelves are very full. It's basically 9 months pregnant and not popping anytime soon. This will be a very late baby, maybe one that never comes. I need more shelf space. And I am silly. I like looking at stuff. I like collections. And so I'm thinking about going all physical. As weird as that sounds, because I like having the discs there, and I find it easier to remember what you have and share what you have. And when people come over, you can more easily find multiplayer stuff. And Jake comes back from college, I can be like, oh yeah, let's play that. Or when Becca comes to visit, I can be like, oh, let's play that. And when they're all stored on my PS4 2TB hard drive, I forget what I have, and it's not as visually pretty. And when I'm 60 years old, my collection won't be as cool. So I'm thinking about going all physical instead of digital, even though digital is so much more convenient. Oh my god, I'm a crazy person. Next question comes from no one important. Yes, you're important. You're on my freaking video. He says, what game do you think will be the biggest disappointment of 2016? Ooh. I know which game I hope is not the biggest disappointment. That's Horizon. I hope that thing turns out to be brilliant. I think it's being set up to be a mega mouth of a game, and if it's not gargantuanly great, it's going to be perceived as a failure. So I hope that they do. I could see Mirror's Edge 2 really being a letdown. I'm gonna go with that one because that is a formula and a game that I think really hit home hard when it first came out, and I don't know if you can have that same magic twice unless they've got some stuff hidden and some new innovation within the mechanics and gameplay that I haven't seen, because so far it's pretty much feels the same. I could also see, I really hope not, it's one of my most anticipated games, I'll give you that spoiler right now. I could see Gears of War 4 being ultimately very disappointing and an unneeded and unnecessary sequel. I could see The Last Guardian being very disappointing because there's so much hype. Think about games and franchises that have a lot of hype behind them. That's typically what I go to. Chase asks, how many girlfriends have you had with a face like this? As if I've had 20. And I answer this question because lots of people ask, I've had 3. 26-year-old, and I've had 3. 26-year-old, and I've had 3. 26-year-old, and I'll say it a third time, I've had 3. So I've had 3 girlfriends. In fact, you've seen them all on my channel at some point. Weird. So no, I'm not some player. No, I don't have tons of girlfriends. No, I don't do anything with anyone. I've never kissed anyone besides the 3 girlfriends I've had. If you want to get real granular and specific, I'm just a very exclusive type person, and I'm very picky, very picky. And I am happier than ever with the girlfriend I have, and I don't think I'll have another. Jackson says, what's your favorite thing about being tall? I'm 6'3" also. Well, that's cool. My favorite thing about being tall is being able to reach the top of the shelf and be able to put things up high on the shelf because I need that shelf space. My least favorite thing is probably cars and getting comfortable. My legs are really long. Also, finding pants that work. Or shorts, because they're always too short. But if I get them longer, then they're too baggy because I have like the waist of a storybook princess. And that's too small. Next question comes from lots of good ones this time, and I'm just answering a bunch. Lachlan wants to know what were some of your Lachlan wants to know some of the alternate names for your channel before deciding on GhostRobo. Organic Genius Electricical, which was a combo of electricity and pops in GhostRobo. Those are the 3 I remember. I posted on Instagram the picture of all the original names. You can go find it on my Instagram, The Real GhostRobo, since someone hacked and stole GhostRobo and Instagram doesn't care. Let's see. Next question comes from Gabe, and he says, is the basement ready for me? Well, Gabe, we're gonna go on a field trip to the basement. I've always joked that Volatile Gabe is gonna live in my basement when I have my, you know, final house or my long-term house. This is not my long-term house. But anyways, I'll check on the basement and see. Gabe, you can let me know in the comments if it's ready for you, if it's appropriate, if it's up to your standards. Right now, it's just a big old storage space. We got a bed frame for you, Gabe. You bring your mattress, you can plop down there. Oh, I got a mattress for you. I got 2, in fact. I've got some Star Wars helmets. I got a bunch of boxes. I got lights and artwork and Pit-Boy and Taylor Swift smooching on the floor. I've got a bunch of storage and stuff that doesn't fit upstairs. I've got a wet bar full of board games guarded by a bunny Deadpool. I've got more junk. I've got 2 bedrooms for you, Gabe. I've even got a bathroom down here. You can be here in the bathroom with yourself. Because I won't come in the bathroom when you're in there. That's just weird. So, Gabe, you let me know what you think of the basement. Is it ready for you? Probably not. Is it ready for you? Oh, heck yes. Next question comes from, let's see. There's my Instagram photo that I took tonight. Crown Troller says, who was your first crush in school? I was trying to think if there was anything like way back when. I was friends with a girl, I think her name was Abby or Abigail. And this was in like kindergarten, and we were actually good friends, not anything like girlfriend. But I remember one time that we built a rocket ship, or my class built a rocket ship, and me and Abby were in the rocket ship, and no, nothing happened. But I was just like, you're really nice. I think that'd be my first crush. Or a girl named Allie when I was in 3rd grade? Something like that. I never said a word to them. Stute says, would you rather live in a world where the Lions never lost, or a world like Bioshock? Holy crap, that's tough. You guys know I love the Lions. You guys know I love Bioshock. I think I would pick a world like Bioshock. Not even so much because Bioshock's better, but because if the Lions never lost, I don't think I'd like them. Part of the reason I love them is because they put you through torture and because they never win. So the hope and the desire and the anticipation for when they do win is so large and so great and so beautiful and so emotional. That's part of the reason I love them. If I was a fan of the Patriots, I don't think I would care. When the Lions finally win a Super Bowl, I think I will lose a lot of my fandom. Because so much of the greatness is just reaching that pinnacle for the first time. Plus a world like Bioshock would be sweet. Give me some plasmids, man. That would be cool. Next question comes from Keaton. He says, I'm going to keep asking you this. Do you watch any YouTubers? If so, who are they? If not, who do you watch before you started? Didn't watch a whole lot before I started. Once I started watching YouTube, I was like, I'm gonna do this. And so I picked it up right away. I've said before though, CNNers was the first person I watched that did game commentary. Nowadays, I keep tabs on some of the other walkthrough gameplay top channels. I watch Jimmy Fallon on YouTube. I watch some different vloggers on YouTube that I've followed for a number of years. That's about it. I watch like the trending videos or like popular stuff or things that I hear about on Twitter more than like, oh, following like specific channels, but I do keep tabs on quite a few people. And is there another question? Did I miss one? I'm trying to look. That might be it. That might be it. I can show you what someone wrote on the wall of the bathroom at the movie theater tonight. This is what they wrote. I don't know why they would write that. I'm not sure if they think they're really cool or if they think it's making a statement or what, but I thought that was weird and I sent it to Jake because he's in college. Anyhow, guys and girls, that is gonna do it for our Friday night fun session. Our fireside chat, Q&A, answer, and question session, because that's what Q&A stands for backwards. I'm sleepy, I'm tired, and my battery is low in both my body and the camera. So we're gonna go. Until next time, everyone, thanks so much for sending your questions in. We'll do it again next week and maybe evolve it into like a show weekly subscriber fun thing. But until next time, everyone, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for being here. Beating Tomb Raider for you guys. Playing through that even though the views stink because I know people want it finished. And I'm committed to making sure that we love each other in 2016. So until next time, thanks so much all. Thanks again. We'll see you all later.